Hello students, good morning. How are you all? I hope you're all fine at home. Here in this video, I'm going to teach you textual exercises of the lesson The Amazing History of Paper. In our 5th class English 1, our second lesson The Amazing History of Paper, the explanation part has been completed up to the previous video. And now today we are going to learn textual exercises. Okay, textual exercises. Here in this textual exercise, the first Roman we have read and answer. Read and answer. Here, what was Cylon often seen grinding? What did he do with the mixture he prepared? What was the Cylon often seen grinding? What did he do with the mixture he prepared? You just try to answer them in your textbook itself. After the question only you just write upper. Okay, after the question you can write the answers. You just try to answer them. You only have to answer all these questions. Okay, if you can't, if you are unable to answer them, you just read the lesson one more time. You just see all the videos I have sent you about the lesson. You just see, then you can understand, you can write these answers. Okay, here, did people write before paper was invented? How did people write before paper was invented? Yes, they wrote, but how they wrote, what material they have used to write? Next, third question, what did Rene de Riomer observe the wasps do? What did Rene de Riomer observe the wasps do? Here he is, Rene de Riomer. What he has observed, what the wasps are doing here, what the activity he had observed. Okay, you'll just write down there. What did Rene de Riomer, okay, what was Riomer's paper recipe? What was Riomer's paper recipe? Is it still used? What was Riomer's paper recipe? Is it still used? Next, paper is made from wood and wood comes from trees. What do you think about trees being cut down for paper? Keep in mind that we also need paper. Keep in mind that we also need paper. That is your own. Answer should be your own, not in the textbook. Not from the textbook you need to write. This is your own opinion. Paper is made from wood and wood comes from trees. What do you think about trees being cut down for paper? Keep in mind that we also need paper. Okay, you just have to write. These thoughts has to be answered by you only. Okay, but sixth one. But paper has replaced all these. In fact, the invention that Cylon made is so simple that you can do it at home and make your own paper. Lunn's discovery was that when plant fibers were soaked in water, they bind together to form a sort of paper. So, this is a paragraph in the textbook, in the lesson. And about this we have a question. What has the paper replaced? Here, but paper has replaced all these. What are those all these? What has paper replaced? Okay, the next one. How is Cylon's discovery simple? How is Cylon's discovery is simple? What was his discovery? What was his discovery? The next one, seventh one. Paper making spread from China to Asia, Africa, Europe and to the rest of the world. Very soon everyone knew how to make paper. But paper was still hard to come by because making it used up a lot of paper making material. The material was difficult to get in those days. Okay, according to this, they have given you 3 questions. To which parts of the world did paper making spread? Okay, the paper making spread from, you just write those all. Why was the paper hard to come by? Why was paper hard to come by? What was it difficult to get in those days? What was it difficult to get in those days? When I am teaching also, I have explained everything here. Okay, you just refer to the previous videos for the lesson. Then you can get answers. In the next video, I will send you hard words, glossary, antonyms and question and answers also. But HOTS you only have to do. What is the HOTS here? In this lesson, only one. Paper is made from wood and wood comes from trees. What do you think about trees being cut down for paper? Keep in mind that we also need paper. Okay, keep in mind. Next, we have vocabulary. In those vocabulary, we have collocations. What are these? Collocations. Read these words from the chapter. Great ideas, daily lives. Great ideas, daily lives. Here we have two words. Great is one word, ideas is one word. Two different words are together make a different word. Together made another word. Great ideas, daily, one word, lives, another word. Two different words together make daily lives, one meaning. It is only one meaning. Okay, that is collocations. Two different words together giving a meaning, that is collocations. These words are called collocations. Two words that can be put together. Two words that can be put together in an easy way are called collocations. They are usually found together. Together these words give a better meaning. These words give a better meaning. Together these words give a better meaning. Put the collocations in the box in the correct column. One for each column has been done for you. Okay. Here adjective plus noun, verb plus noun. You just have to see very carefully what is a verb plus noun, what is an adjective plus noun. Okay. Here funny, adjective, noun, idea, noun, making, verb, noun, paper. Okay. Adjective plus noun we have to write in the box, verb plus noun we have to write here in this box. Okay. Here you see, great time. Time is a noun. Great is an adjective. So adjective plus noun. Great time. Great time is a one word. Good, an adjective. Noun, decision. Good decision. Adjective, heavy. Noun, rain. Heavy rain. And here, verb plus noun. Give, verb. Noun, advise. Give advice. Sliced, adverb. Thin, noun. Sliced thin. Verb, waking. Noun, hour. Waking hour. Okay, I have done up to here. And these four has to be done by you. Okay, you only have to do basic idea, huge success, long journey, take a break. Okay, these are all. These four has to be done by you. Adjective plus noun or verb plus noun. You only have to place them in a correct box. Okay, correct column. Next Roman we have. Dictionary work we have here. Look up a dictionary and find the root words for the following words. One has been done for you. Mixture. Root word, mixture. Root word, mix. Discovery. Remarkable. Invention. Probably. Activity. Product. Artist. Recycling. Here you see, find out the root words for the following words. One has been done for you. Mixture, mixing. By mixing all together, we call it mixture. Mixture means nothing but one or two things. One or two things together we make a mixture. The mixing. By mixing we get a paste like. So that is mixture. Okay. The root word is mix. By mixing we get the mixture. Okay. Discover, discovery. Remark, remarkable. Invent, invention. Probably, act, activity. Product, artist, art, artist. Recycle, recycling. So like that anamata. You just have to work from the dictionary and find out the root word and write like this in your notebook. Okay. So next, do you understand? Very good. Digraph th. Digraph th. Here it is pronunciation. Here you see two successive letters that represent a single sound is called digraph. Two successive letters that represent a single sound is called digraph. There are two kinds of digraphs: vowel digraphs and consonant digraphs. Vowel digraphs and consonant digraphs. Common consonant digraphs in English include th as in then, th as in think. Here then, dhan, dha sound. Here also the same th we have, but here we are pronouncing think, tha, tha. Dha sound, tha sound. Okay. For example, in the word thing, t and h have different sounds like thing, think, tha sound. But the two letters in the word make a complete new sound. Here tha, ha, tha, ha, t, h, t, h. Here two sounds, but here we are getting thing, tha sound. Here tha sound, ha sound. Together we are getting tha sound. Together we are getting tha sound. Yes, two different sounds together make another different sound. Okay. In the word thing, th have different sounds, but the two letters in the word make a completely new sound. Make a completely new sound, tha. Place your fingers in front of your mouth and say thank, thank. Place your fingers in front of your mouth and say thank, thank. Can you feel air as it goes out of your mouth? Try it once. Place your fingers, hand ni తీసుకెళ్ళి mouth దగ్గర పెట్టండి దగ్గరగా, and pronounce thank, thank. How do you feel the air? Can you feel air as it goes out of your mouth? Yes. So th breathe sound. Anthem, authentic, authority, athlete, bath, birth, month, thank, thick, thin, thing, thrill, thunder, thumb. Okay. Breathe, father, rhythm, dhan, that, then, them, these, this, their, thus, whether, with. Think of two more words that have either the breath or voice sound and write them in your notebook. Here this Roman has to be, you can understand when you pronounce it with me only. First, th breath sound. You pronounce them anthem, anthem, authentic, authentic, authority, authority. Okay, breath is coming out. Breath is coming out and we are using our breath to pronounce these words. Thin, thick, thank. Okay, breath is coming out. Here also, th voice sound here. Breathe, father, rhythm. Here we are not using breath here. We are just pronouncing with your mouth. Voice only we can. Okay, rhythm, than, that, then, them, Okay, like that. Bath, birth, month. Here we are using breathe sound. Breathe. Here it is just voice we are using. Here we are using breathe. So when you try to pronounce them in the correct manner, you can understand those words from breathe. Those words are voice sound. Like that you can understand. Okay, pronounce it. One more and more times you just practice them. Then you can learn the pronunciation and you can understand what is the breathe sound and what is the voice sound. Okay, then the next Roman you have grammar here. Phrasal verbs, prepositional phrases. In grammar, in second lesson we have phrasal verbs and prepositional phrases. Read these sentences from the chapter. This he would then spread out on a rough cloth mat with a bamboo frame placed around it. Though Rioman never made paper like the wasps, he had found the secret of paper making. That wood could be broken apart and made into paper. The expression spread out and broken apart have more than one part. Broken apart, spread out. Okay, here we have more than one part. More than one part. Spread plus out, broken plus apart. Such expressions that are in the form of phrases are known as phrasal verbs. That are in the form of phrases are called phrasal verbs. Okay, these words like two different words are getting one word. Here we are called, these are called verbs. These are all spread out, broken, apart. These are all verbs. So these are called phrasal verbs. These called phrasal verbs. And next, here you see a phrasal verb is a combination of a verb plus participle, preposition or adverb, resulting in a new word. Phrasal verb is equal to verb plus adverb or preposition. Adverb or preposition. Phrasal verb. What is a phrasal verb? The combination of verb and adverb or preposition. Adverb or preposition. The new unit is different from the two separate words. The new unit is different from the two separate words. Here read the sentences. She is looking after the plants. She is looking after the plants. Here looking. What is the meaning of looking? To see. After means before, after, tarvata అని చెప్పేసి. But when we get these words together, looking after means సంరక్షించడం, taking care of. Okay, here you see looking after is equal to looking verb plus after adverb. Looking is a verb, after is an adverb. The list had to be written down so that nothing was forgotten. The list had to be written down so that nothing was forgotten. Written down is equal to written verb plus down preposition. Written down so that nothing was forgotten. Okay, this is another example. The list had to be written down so that nothing was forgotten. Written is a verb, down is a preposition. What will she say when she finds out? What will she say when she finds out? Finds out. Here find is a verb and out is a preposition. Here also there is a finds out. Finds is a verb plus out is a preposition. Together we form a new and different meaning word. Okay, which gives different meaning word we have found. Next, phrasal verbs are usually used together in a sentence as shown in the sentences above. Now look at the sentences shown below. Actually phrasal verbs are used like this, here like this, and here also you see she called up the manager last evening. She called up the manager last evening. She called him up last evening. She called him up last evening. Here she called up the manager. She called up the manager. She called him up. She called him up last evening. So here the both sentences, she called up the manager last evening, She called him up last evening. Both has the same meaning. Here called up, phrasal verb. In called up we have an object, subject verb object. So here is the object. Here we get in the middle object, so doesn't change in the meaning. It doesn't change in the meaning. Here in the first sentence the object comes after the phrasal verb. In the second sentence the object separates the verb from the preposition up. Okay, the phrasal verb has the same meaning in both examples. What I told, the same. Here a phrasal verb can sometimes be separated by an object, but meaning of the phrasal verb will not change. Here the phrasal verb will be separated by the object, but the meaning could not be changed. In some other cases, however, the meaning of the phrasal verb will change when the verb and the article are separated. Sorry, when the verb and participle are separated. Here, some other cases. But here in phrasal verbs, we don't have any change in the meaning in these sentences. But some cases, when the verb and preposition, or when the verb and the participle are separated, it could give a different meaning sometimes. If you encounter a new phrasal verb and are unsure of its meaning and usage, it is best to refer to a good dictionary that gives examples. ఓకే, మీరు ఒక ఫ్రేజల్ వర్బ్ని ఫామ్ చేసినట్లయితే మీకు ఈ మీనింగ్ తెలియలేదు అనుకుంటే, ఎక్కడ యూజ్ చేయాలి అనేది తెలియలేదు అనుకుంటే, యూ జస్ట్ గో త్రూ ది డిక్షనరీ అండ్ it gives some more examples to you. Okay, next fill in the blanks with the appropriate phrasal verbs. With the appropriate phrasal verbs. Here you see the first one. John was tired of digging, so his friend Dash helped him in, helped him over, helped him out. Here the answer is helped him in digging, helped him in his work. Okay, helped him in. I do not really know this city. Could you dash a bit? Could you show me inside? Could you show me around? Could you show me down? City. So could you show me around the city? Okay, next, I will dash at 8 p.m. I will pick you on, pick at you, pick you up. Pick up, pick you up. I will pick you up at 8 p.m. I am really tired. I have been dash all day trying to get things ready for the party. I am really tired. I have been running around all day trying to get things ready for the party. Trying to get things ready for the party. So running around all day. Running away not. Running on not. Here running around. If you observe the meaning of the phrasal verbs and the sentence, you can truly and easily get the answer. Okay, just focus on those. And here you have one more two. These has to be answered by you. Let us dash your test paper. Let us go over, go around, go away of your text paper. The teacher dashed the worksheets. Handed out, handed on, handed down. The teacher dashed the worksheets. Handed out, handed down, handed on. Which is the correct answer? You only have to do. Next Roman. Rewrite these sentences using appropriate phrasal verbs in place of the words in bold. The meanings of the sentences should not change. The words in brackets are clues. I have to submit this assignment tomorrow. Submit. Handed down. We have to follow traffic rules. We have to follow. Follow ki phrasal verb enti. Submit ki phrasal verb enti. We need to write appropriate phrasal verb for the bolded letters. I have the same opinion as you. I do not think we should delay any longer. Agree. I have the same opinion as you. The pain in his leg has reduced. Ease. Reduced. Ease. You must be quick or we will miss you the bus. Hurry. Sunita can be a part of this discussion and share her thoughts. Join. Okay. According to these clues, we need to use appropriate phrasal verb. Okay.